Hello everyone, Dantes here again with another video of my progression on Bygone Phantasm. Today I'm at level 211. So, how to progress this wave easier? First, you have to go to the furthest away samurai or berserker because those NPCs I like to bug. And as you can see on the guy on the that was furthest away, he was literally not moving for like 10 plus seconds. And since if I actually go to other NPC, he would not move to me at all. So that's why is the best way to move furthest away from most of the enemies and move to the ones that are close together. If you're using Samir guns like myself, make sure when you're gonna actually use your discharge skill, you have enemies stacked together, and because your charge skill is kind of pushing them away. So keep that in mind when you're using that. Main takeaways, as always, is to trigger your trigger your perfect dodge mechanic, because that can compensate for you lacking damage, or you are limited by gear as a pro player like myself, where I have literally 2-star weapons to deal damage and like 4-star weapon king to basically break the shields, and there's actually a limit what I can actually achieve on Bygone Phantasm. But so far I'm trying to do my best on progressing, as you can see right here. Like there are rounds where I can have a little easier time, or there are rounds, for example, with the result where I have to kind of make a single mistake, because single mistake means I lack damage, and yeah, I cannot progress the wave. But as you can see, wave with berserkers and samurais is very simplistic. Just keeping them together and triggering your discharge weapons and breaking their shields is enough to break them. Next commentary about waves on the next floor. So until then, just enjoy the combat that you see right now until the 412. So moving from the samurai wave on level 4 at level 212, we got a bit more tough enemies. Okay, noticeable from this, the assault armor called blade is the most tanky NPC on this wave. So your main takeaway targets you should be actually him. So break shields as soon as they pop, and you should focus your damage as priority on that robot, because as you can see by its initial damage wave that I dealt to enemies, his health is still much more than other NPCs. I'm focusing the targets that have most health as our priority, because those with the lower you can just basically kill with your AoE, so they're not actually a problem to deal with. Keeping them together is important, and to do that you have to be always correct positioning, so enemies always move towards you, not you to them. And here we are at the next wave, 213. This wave will include a metal robot and 2 steel spines. So this wave is one of the toughest ones. So as you know, triggering your lovely perfect dodge can help you deal damage. But main takeaway from this, you should avoid moving your enemies around. Try to keep them close, like that's very important, because those steel spines have actually quite a lot of health. Like they're not as tanky as the Steel Fernal Lizards, that are basically most annoying enemies that can actually encounter on this Bygone Phantasm at all. But they're still considerably tanky. And most annoying thing as well, they have a range attack which kind of prevents them from moving closer. So positioning your on this type of the floor is gonna be very important, because you always want to DPS two of them at the same time. Not to mention you want to break their shield as well. So as you can see right here, I got really lucky that the other steel spanner actually discharged away, came back close because of discharge shooting attack. Because very lucky for me, because if he didn't, I would actually have to restart this wave. So keep that in mind. One more thing. If you want to pull them together, like easy way, into your tornadoes, just make sure you move backwards, because when your tornadoes actually lock onto the enemies, they actually touch them, they usually stay into them. And if you have like me set up with a king, you could also do something like this. Like you charge your king weapon, you discharge it, and you trigger perfect stop dodge to recharge your weapon, and you discharge king weapon again. That can actually help you, because king discharge does after breaking shield, or even without, it does a ticking damage over time, which is lasting for much longer than, for example, the Nemesis discharge weapon. So that can actually help you a lot of time. And also, if mobs gonna trigger their shields while discharge of king weapon is happening, you're gonna damage those shields and make your shield breaking easier. And as you can see right here, me discharging twice king weapon literally melted the shields near instantaneously without using any other skills. And now I'm just left with one enemy that I basically just finish off with the king. And at 114, we have a robot and two steel predators. For a second, when I actually seen this wave, I was a little scared that one of them might be a lizard. But since I got really lucky on this and there was no lizard, thing to focus on here is basically this robot. You kill him, you kill entire wave, because those predator scorpions, I have like literally no health. Like, you don't even actually damage them, because if you actually were to focus on them for like probably 10 seconds, you're gonna melt them. So literally just DPS the big robot, and this wave is gonna be very easy, because there's nothing tougher than basically this guy health. And you can say, okay, you can get frozen, but if you spam your left click, you can dodge that. And if you really want, if you got like enough damage, you can just kill those predators first. They're gonna take like max 10 seconds. And just focus on the big robot as alone. And not to mention that robot has slow attacks and allows you to trigger discharge whenever you actually can, because to be honest, this robot, in my opinion, is the easiest mob after the big guys with mallets you can discharge your perfect dodge and charge your weapons. And that's about it for this commentary. Next on the next floor with the boss. And final floor of this video. So as you can see, my level is different than on other enemies. The reason for that, I got stuck for this boss for like entire day, and not having bad luck for that a day where actually was running the entire Bygone, I couldn't get on the day Mia buff to boost my volt damage. But as you can see on my buffs, I got actually 5% buff from the Mia that allows me to literally finish this wave. Because with this, I was literally getting stuck at like 10% to 15 of remaining health, which was really getting to me, because I'm not very familiar with the Aegis moveset that much like with other waves. So triggering the perfect dodge, as you can see, is not as often as on my previous videos or on my previous waves. Because, I mean, practice makes you better. So with practice, I could probably clear this wave with the current gear that you're gonna see without the Mia buff, but yeah, I just opted out for the easy way to just progress further, because I was kinda fighting for very hard for rank 2 of my ranking at the time, but that's about it. Also in next videos I gonna be starting using more, I think, or I'm gonna attempt to use more than only just 2 relics. Basically just buff myself and deal more damage with them. They can make some difference in some cases, especially on the lizards. But yeah, in terms of difficulty that I actually countered the bosses, I mean, after the lizards, this Aegis boss fight is by far hardest for me, because still I'm not familiar with triggering the time stop whenever I actually want. Yeah, so basically probably if I'm gonna get enough practice I can do it more easy. But still I'm limited by my 2 stars on my Samir and Nemesis gun, which, well, if I had 3 stars on each of them, I would have much easier time, but well, I don't, so I have to deal with what I have. And yeah, that's about it. Gear after this boss fight. Want to mention that the level I got, the difference, it was basically me just joining AFK Frontier Crash, just get level, and there was no gear upgrades, so gear you're gonna see is literally the same, even though the level says different. I mean 0 gear improvements. And the next video that's gonna be included from 16 to 20 is gonna have actually very high boost of gear, because, well, there are gonna be lizards there. So, and to be honest, on that lizard I spent nearly 4 days to beat them, so that's gonna be fun to watch. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, have a great day, and if you can, consider subscribing so you can see me struggling on the lizards as soon as I'm gonna upload the video. So take care, have a great day again,